Hello and welcome back to Stop and Give Me 10. I'm Marilyn Ward with No Excuses. I'm your wellness coach today. So I'm going to slide back on my mat. We are going to do stretches. So while I'm talking for this first minute or so, we're going to keep our legs wide and just kind of sit there with our legs wide. If this hurts, bring one leg in, but we're going to sit wide for the next, it's gonna be, we're going for 30 seconds. So, problem with stretches, or the biggest issue or hang up people have with stretching is that one, they either don't do it, don't find the time to do it, or they're not holding their stretches long enough. So 20 to 30 seconds if you have the time. 15 seconds if you're in a rush. But this, oh, 1 second here, oh, 1 second there. That's not gonna prevent injury, and that's not going to, now let's take one leg in, go all the way to the toe. That's not going to increase your flexibility if you're not holding the poses long enough. It's not gonna increase your flexibility if you don't challenge yourself to reach past the point of a little bit of discomfort. So if right here is all you can go, that's fine. Wave at the toe. But I really want you to keep that toe in kind of that upright position and lean deep into it. So now let's take it to the other side. Now, getting this leg to the floor, that's a hip flexor. If your leg is up here like this on my right leg, it's a little higher than my left leg because I have a tight right hip flexor. It's tight due to an injury. So you gotta know your limits, but you also kind of gotta push a little bit to get the results that you're looking for. Now let's take it back to that center, and I wanna lean into that center. So now I'm gonna feel that stretch. Again, if it's uncomfortable, take that one leg down. But while we're wide, we're gonna now walk into it. Maybe you wanna try to grab the toes. Maybe you just wanna walk into it. But we're really just feeling that stretch up the back of the leg. So you're feeling it in the calves, you're feeling it in the hamstrings, and we're just leaning forward. Now let's stretch that beautiful quad muscle, the four muscles of the quadriceps. So if this is all you can do, that's great. But if you can walk it back, I would challenge you to walk it back. If you can go to the elbows, maybe you want to go to the ground. I'm gonna stay right here, just so I can see. I'm gonna lean back just a little. Awesome. And then we're gonna come and we're gonna switch sides. Same thing, maybe start right here, and then maybe walk back a little further. Again, maybe to those elbows. You can go all the way down, but I wanna be able to see you and get back up while on video. Let's be honest, don't want to look foolish, but just lean back. So now both of our feet are together. Let's do one more touching the toes. So just touching the toes again. If you can't touch the toes, keep the toes up. Maybe try to tilt them back to you. And maybe just wave at them if that's all you can do. Touch them, reach past them. It's a great flexibility challenge. And just speaking of flexibility challenges, let's now just get into a comfortable position here. We're gonna take it to that shoulder. So there's a senior fit test, and on it, it has a flexibility section where you're being scored on how deep of the stretch you can get or how far you can go. One of them is touching your hands and seeing if you're behind your back, if you can touch the hands. So if you're interested in that senior fit test, let me know. While we're in this, I should have said wiggle those fingers and make that fist, so you can do it on this side. The object here, when you're stretching the shoulder, you want to keep that arm nice and straight. I see a lot of people doing this or have it down here. Try to keep that arm nice and straight. You're pulling, literally kind of pulling a little bit on that shoulder. So you should feel it all right there in that deltoid muscle. And then here it's just making sure our hands and fingers are working. Now let's stretch the bicep muscle. A lot of people forget to stretch this. When I teach class, I forget to stretch this. Kona doesn't know what's going on. All right, so be careful here. We're not pulling. I don't want you to pull at the wrist. Really, I just want you to pull that. I want you to feel that stretch of the bicep. It's a simple stretch. But you just hold the hand. It kind of just helps a little bit. Good. Switching sides, same thing. First, just put the hand out. You should already feel that stretch. Then pull on that hand. And it just goes a little bit deeper. But if you're feeling it too much here, let off a little of that pressure. Bend more up with that elbow so you can feel it up here. Not so much right there on the wrist. Great. I can come closer to you on these others. So now we want to stretch the chest, or sorry, the back. Thinking of the chest, stretch the back, chin to the chest. So when we stretch the back, we're making a giant bear hug. I want you to bring the chin to the chest. Rotate the neck side to side. Never go all the way around, meaning no, 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 no. That's a no-no. Yes, 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 yes. Staying in the front. Now, one more big squeeze. Let's take those hands behind us. Open up the chest. So my hands are interlocked. Maybe you have a chair and you're holding out the chair. Maybe your level is right here. So whatever. All right, Kona. Whatever your level, this is a deeper stretch. And then I try to walk my hands up so I can really feel that chest open up. So now let's stretch the side. So we're just gonna take that hand. Now if you see my hand is nice and straight. Pulling over. Just holding. So feel that nice stretch in the side. Can you see my hand? I just want you to know it's not like this. It's nice, it's a nice straight line. So stretch, feel all of that on the side. Almost there. Oh, waiting a little daze there for a second. Good. Now we're just going to take it all the way to the floor. So all the way. Hands are up overhead. We're just stretching out the abdominals. So our hands are out. Now with my hands in the back, behind my head, you're going to feel a little bit of that stretch in the shoulder and the back. Oh, just let the abs hang out. Let them just hang out. Oh, that was loud. Now slowly come up however you want to come up. We're going to go into a little bit of a butterfly. And this is where those hip flexors come into play. So maybe you got to rotate here. Maybe you got to rotate there. And then we're going to jump over onto our knees and we're going to do a child's pose. So we're going to come over, we're going to release that lower back. So good old yoga pose, get down. We're going to bring the knee or our chin almost like tucked down by the knees. Let it all hang out, and now you should feel that beautiful relaxation in the lower back. Hopefully you can hear me. Again, you're going to feel this kind of in the shoulders because the arms are out. Good, our last 30 seconds. We're gonna take our deep breath in and deep breath out. Deep breath in. Now make sure you are stretching after your workouts. You don't need to do a lot of stretching before unless you've warmed up. So only stretch or work a warm muscle, never a cold muscle. So if you're gonna stretch before a workout, make sure you're warmed up a little bit, but definitely stretch after your workout. It will prevent injury and increases flexibility. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you again tomorrow.